Hi there, it's Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing another fragrance family ranking video, and today we're getting into powders and creams, spicy and sweet fragrances. Now you may not agree with my fragrance categorizations, but I do have many samples that I picked up and some full sizes that I want to rank to help me decide which fragrances I should pick up next and help me to figure out what notes I really like. So let's start with the powder cream family. I have 9 fragrances in this category, which is quite a bit. I put powder / cream together because I think while they don't smell the same, they're often put in the same fragrances. So I grouped these in this kind of like soft, very usually feminine category. And I'll just make a note right away. I'm not like a huge fan of powder, so this ranking was a little bit difficult and maybe seems a little bit odd, my ranking, because to me I don't want powder to be overwhelming. If you really like powder, your list might be moved around quite a bit, where you want the more powdery fragrances at the top of the list, but for me I'm like putting those at the bottom. So just wanted to point that out. Let's start with number 9. Etat Libre d'Orange Putain des Palaces. Something in here is a little bit off-putting in this, and I think it's just the combination of scents. It has powder, iris, leather, musk, amber, rose, ginger, orange, lily of the valley. This was a little bit of a strong fragrance even on the dry down. I'm getting like a little bit of a animal vibe too. Something in there I'm not agreeing with, so I put that one at number 9. Number 8, this one surprised me a little bit. Parfums de Marly, Athalia. I got a sample of this with my order, and there's something sickening sweet kind of about this it's not bad. It's just not really my cup of tea. It's heavy on the florals and a lot of orange blossom, which on paper doesn't smell bad, but I definitely get a lot of powderiness from this. I think there's orange blossom, iris, white musk, and amber, and I just think it's just really heavy on every single note, and it's not quite as balanced as I like it to be, but definitely powdery, heavy on the iris. My number 7 pick is Replica Beach Walk. And I have this is a few years old now, so probably not the best smelling condition, but even when I first got this, I was disappointed by how it smelled on my skin. It smelled very different than what I smelled in like the magazine sample. The magazine definitely smelled, I think, a little fruitier, a little beachier to me. And not necessarily like aquatic or kind of beach earthy smell. This definitely smells like coconutty, fruity, tropical beach to me, at least on paper. But on me, it just smells like just flat baby powder, and that's it. Like, it's not complicated at all. I mean, I don't like the baby powder flat smell. It's not what I want it to be. So that's why this is at number 7. I think it's not bad if you like that powdery, heavy powdery smell, but I mean, baby powder isn't what I think of when I think of the beach or walking along the beach. And this one has lemon, bergamot, pink pepper, coconut, ylang ylang, heliotrope, musk, benzoin, and cedar. It's a pretty popular one, I think, from the brand, but not my favorite. Number 6 for me is Etat Libre d'Orange Divin Enfant. I kind of like this one at first because it's different. I ran out of little testing papers, by the way. There's something a little bit overwhelming in here. I think it's the rose or something really floral that's kind of overpowering everything, and then mixed with that powdery smell. It's kind of a lot. It has marshmallow, tobacco, orange, flower, coffee, leather, musk, tonka bean, amber, and rose. It doesn't smell bad. It's definitely a different, rich fragrance, but it's not like something I would reach for. Number 5 for me is by Kilian, Love Don't Be Shy, aka Love. This very like cough syrup color red. This one is a very soda smelling, like a Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola kind of a scent. To me it's a little bit bubblegummy. It's just a little bit too sweet and too much of the soda vibe. It's definitely more on the cream side of this category than the powder, but you get a little bit of both. I just think this is like, I could see someone really young liking this. It is rose, marshmallow, and oud. I just think it's a little bit too creamy and sweet for me. So number 4, I picked Christian Louboutin Loubirouge. This is a very powdery fragrance. I think it's well balanced. I think the entire Loubi World collection is very wearable, so it's not gonna like push a lot of buttons. But I kind of put it at the middle of the pack. It has cardamom, iris, and vanilla, so that iris gives that powdery rouge lipstick kind of vibe, which makes sense with the name. Number 3, Petales de Cashmere. This is, I think, a good combination of, for this category, of powder and cream. I think this is very, I don't want to say girly, but I could see wearing this on a wedding day. It's grapefruit, violet, jasmine, saffron, rose, musk, sandalwood, ulbanum. It's powdery, but it's better. It's smoother. It's not like a puff of powder. And it has a little bit of comforting creaminess, so I enjoy it. Number 2, I picked Mizensir Trace Chere. I think this is the correct order. I like this one a little bit better than the previous one. It's a little bit more, has some more fruit notes in here. So there's orange blossom, amber, jasmine, vanilla, and sandalwood. It's just really like light, and I could see wearing this in the summer on a vacation. So it's a little bit more creamy and fruity and not really powdery, so that's probably why I like it. It's very easygoing. It's not gonna like, I love it or hate it. I think a lot of people would say it's either okay or they love it. My number 1 pick, BDK Parfums Rouge Smoking, because it's got that unique Coca-Cola scent. This is light pink here. That is very like, you can pick it up right away, and almost like a cherry cola, Dr. Pepper kind of a thing. Not necessarily like regular Coke or Pepsi, but it's definitely got a sweet soda-ness to it, so more on the creamy side of things for me. It has cherry, pink pepper, bergamot, vanilla, heliotrope, orange blossom, tonka, wood, white musk, violet, and broxin. And I think what is so, this isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea, but it's unique enough, I think. I mean, there are soda fragrances out there, but this, to me, is different. So that's why I put it at number 1. And it's more wearable than the by Kilian Love, Don't Be Shy, or Love. It's not as, like, sickly sweet. It's like a definitely more adult soda, not as much like bubblegumminess. So that rounds out my powder cream ranking, my 9 that I have. Let me know your thoughts below. If I'm missing any powders or creams that you absolutely love, please comment below and let me know. So my next categories are spicy and sweet, and I have 5 for each. So let's get into spicy, because I think spicy is a fun one, but I think spicy is also a category that you could often trade the fragrances in amber, or you could put them in sweet or even fruity. So I know that what I put in spicy you may not agree with, and you may pick other fragrances to go here, but this is what I think overall. These smell more spicy to me than anything else. Starting out the list, I have Christian Louboutin Loubirouge. This is pink pepper, suede, and cedar, and this is definitely one of their more standout fragrances than that it smells so different from the Loubirouge collection. Definitely more incensey kind of vibes. This is certainly wearable, but it's just not my style of spicy that I like. I want maybe a little bit more fruit in there to round it out, but it's not a bad fragrance. My number 4 pick is Alexandria Fragrances Forbidden Plum. This is maybe my only like copycat dupe brand in these ranking videos, but I picked this up because I wanted a dupe for Tom Ford Plum Japonais, and I put the Tom Ford Plum Japonais in the amber category, but the dupe one I'm putting in the spicy category because to me this one smells better than the original Tom Ford, but it's definitely more on the spicy end of the spectrum than like the original, and I like it better that way. But I did put this in the number 4 spot comparing it to the other spices. I think this is good. It's just not my number 1 pick, but I do have a 30 ml of it. I think they did an excellent job with this one. Number 3 is a sample I just got recently, and it's from Etat Libre d'Orange. It's one of their more expensive ones. This is the Spice Must Flow, and that's my number 3 pick because it's a little bit intense. I like the combination. It has cardamom, rose, ginger, and incense. I think this is a good nighttime option. I mean, you could wear spicy at night, any spicy at nighttime, of course. This one is also like heavy on the floral. So if you want to categorize this like spicy floral, I think that's a good way to put this one. I think it's definitely unisex. It's richer. It's definitely a stronger fragrance than most of the other fragrances in the Etat Libre d'Orange collection. My number 2 pick from the same brand, I have a full size of. This is Une Amourette. A little bit more feminine, I would say, a little bit more my style than Spice Must Flow, so more rounded out. It is also floral heavy. I think right away you get like, oh, this one's a little bit different. Now you may not think this is necessarily spicy. You could put this in another category, but it has Igalia wood, neroli, iris, and vanilla, and I just think it smells so good. A little bit richer, maybe more of a nighttime fragrance, but it's definitely very wearable. My number 1 pick, Terre L'Air du Désert Marocain, and to me this is like what you think of when you think of a spicy fragrance, but this is one of those fragrances you can put in a couple categories, but I think it's overall more spicy than anything else. It's a little bit intense. I'm not sure at this point in my life I would wear it, but I like the way it smells. So it has coriander, petitgrain, cumin, lavender, jasmine, geranium, amber, cedar, vetiver, patchouli. A lot of people love this. This is a classic, and I think it's for a good reason. It's definitely just got a lot of strong notes, but just well balanced. That rounds out my spicy ranking of 5 fragrances that I have in that category. So next up we have sweet. When I was going through my 5 sweets, this is a hard category because sometimes like a really rich floral can smell sweet, and sometimes it's a fruit that can smell sweet, so it's kind of a weird spot to put things in, but I don't know, this is where I landed. Number 5, I picked Parfums de Marly Darcy. To me, I was not a fan of this one because to me right away it's a little bit off-putting. But this is a feminine fragrance. It's like rosy and orange at the same time, and it just doesn't work for me. It has citrus, rose, jasmine, patchouli, sweet notes, white, musk, and wood. I got these descriptions from Fragrantica, but yeah, there's like a weird combo in here that I'm not a fan of. Number 4, I picked Dolce and Gabbana Dolce Garden. I got this in a Sephora sampler. This one's really sweet and floral. Probably someone young would like this. It has magnolia, orange, neroli, coconut, frangipani, vanilla, almond, sandalwood. So I'm sure the Dolce has their own, but this looks like a flanker fragrance called Garden. Number 3, I picked Etat Libre d'Orange Dangerous Complicity. I like sweet fragrances, but a lot of these are just like overpowering. Dangerous Complicity has a lot of florals that are just kind of overwhelming to me. So this has rum, osmanthus, wood, coconut, jasmine, leather, bay leaf, patchouli, ginger. I guess that's not that many florals. It's just a combo. It's just a little bit much, like over the edge. Definitely a date night fragrance, but I don't know. I don't know how many people like this one. My number 2 pick is YSL Black Opium, and I haven't smelled this one in a while. This one's very, very, very sweet. Like, probably this one's actually categorized correctly. It has pear, orange blossom, pink pepper, coffee, jasmine, almond, vanilla, patchouli, cedar. I like it. Even though it's sweet, I really like it. It's got a lot going for it. Could it be a little bit more balanced and not as sweet? Sure, but some people really like those sweet fragrances. My number 1 pick, which I wasn't really expecting, I think I got this for free, or I don't remember picking this out. My number 1 pick is Carner Barcelona Tardes. This one has a little bit of a powderiness to it, but it also has a sweet floralness to it. So this has almond, rosewood, geranium, plum, cedar, heliotrope, tonka. Maybe it's the almond and the plum, tonka bean. It's got an airiness to it and a cleanness, calmness, something comforting. What do you guys think of Tardes? You guys like Tardes? Let me know your thoughts below on what you like in the spicy category, what you like in the sweet category. Anything I need to try from these families, including powders and creams, let me know. Comment below. I'm sure everyone else reading the comments wants to hear what people like as well. If you like this video, click the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.